Welcome to Round Glass. So good to have you here. I'm Tatum Barnes, and thank you for joining me for the final session of my series for teens on finding a sense of belonging. And whether this is your first time sitting with me or you've been here for the entire series, you are welcome. And it's not just for teens, it's for children, it's for anyone who used to be either a child or a teen. And the previous sessions are not a prerequisite. We'll be going step by step and breath by breath. Here and now, I want to assist you all in the reintroduction of the place where you belong most, a very special place in the center of your chest, in your heart center. Now, before I say a little bit more about that and how we're going to get there and what that means, I want to hear from you, if you want, if you would be so kind. If you'd like to, in the chat, you can answer the question, what is your intention for today's class? The ability to set an intention can often focus our awareness and allow us to reach that goal that much better, that much more efficiently. So to catch us up on what the series has already been about, it's really sprung from my own personal curiosity of what does it mean to belong and what is the feeling of belonging? And what we've learned along the way, and perhaps what the dictionary told us, and we could have looked it up in the first place, is it is a feeling of affinity for where you are. So a fish likes the ocean, so it belongs in the ocean. I like the stream. I like the ocean, so I belong at the ocean too. Me and the fish have that in common. We talked a little bit about belonging to the earth, the place that we're all from, and being able to ground and have a sense of stability in our feet, trust in where we are being led. We talked a little bit about the negative voices in our heads and how we can antidote those thoughts, how we want to, if we go into a social situation and we feel like we don't belong, well, we shouldn't bully ourselves in our own minds just because we feel a little bit awkward. We should be able to plant those positive thoughts and move through that awkwardness with grace. In our last session, we talked about orienting ourselves with the directions north, east, south, and west, so that no matter where we are on the earth, we can feel oriented and like we belong where we stand. So we have a little bit of our foundation set with those building blocks. We have a little bit of our mentality set. And here and now, I really want to introduce you to that deepest moment of belonging. We can belong to a number of communities, a number of places on the earth. We can belong wherever our feet take us. But oftentimes we belong where we're from. We're from the earth, so we belong here. I'm from New York City, the place of my birth, so even though I don't like the heat or the smell sometimes, I belong there too. So wherever you're from, I want to introduce you to where you're from, where you're really from, and that's within here. I want you to think about here and now a time where you have been in someone's embrace and have felt total peace. It could be a parent, it could be a partner, it could be a friend. But it's that moment where you are in that hug and you're heart to heart, or perhaps your head is on their chest and the worries melt away and you know that you are safe here and now. That is that moment of belonging, and there's no mistake that it takes place when you're near someone's heart. And I'm sure that your heart feels beautiful in that moment too. This heart is our home. You can be inspired by the quantum mechanics of it and think about that quantum foam where we all kind of arise from and how our centermost being is the place where that is located. Or you can lean into your spiritual understanding of this heart space where we stand together with divinity. However you get there, the heart is a room where we all meet, where we all hang out, where we're all comfortable, where we all party. If that's your thing. Maybe it's a quiet party. Maybe it's more of a lounge in the heart. I don't know. But this is where we step into here and now. And this will be where we leave the series, knowing that wherever we go, we have access to the sense of belonging right here. That is my intention. So before I step deeper into this meditation, I want to thank everyone for sharing in the chat and for listening and for being here. So we have intentions for clarity and focus. I love that. And we have more intentions for compassion and for just being present. And whether you shared or not, I'm so grateful that you are here And I would invite you to give yourself a little pat on the back for setting out the time for being here. So thank you. In just a moment, we're going to invite some of that clarity and focus. We're going to clear our minds, give us an opportunity to rest into this moment and let the day float on by. We're going to take a moment to ground, feel our bodies on the earth, move some visualization, some energy through our legs, as I'm often doing, to let go of any tough emotions. And we're going to bring that awareness and that energy into our heart center, where we'll step deeper within ourselves and make home. Sound good? Beautiful. So let's begin. Without any further ado, let's give our bodies the permission to relax, to stretch, to take those last few movements before we invite stillness. Let the shoulders relax, let the neck relax. You scratch that last itch. You do what you must do. I invite you to take your meditation posture with your vertebrae stacked on one another. Having your head be over your spine, mine kind of juts forward if I'm not careful. Closing your eyes when you're ready, or inviting a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. And beginning to breathe normally through your nose. Normal inhale, normal exhale. And starting to align your awareness with your breath. Watching the air move through the nostrils, noticing the rise and fall of the chest. Noticing how your breath finds you here and now. Is it a strong breath? Is it a thin one? Where does it begin and where does it end? Located in the body. However you find your breath and wherever you find it, see if you can make it a little bit deeper here and now. Feeling the belly expand. Good. As you breathe deeply, I invite you to call to mind everything that you've already done and accomplished today. Not getting bogged down in the details or the judgments, simply flitting through those memories and images, allowing them to settle in the back of the head, stored away for later. If you find yourself getting stuck in a moment, you unstuck yourself. Move to the next scene. Let them drift past your focus. At your own pace, you finish with your mental digestion, and invite you to bring your awareness now to your heart center, a finger or two above the sternum, and take a deep breath. Breathing deeply, I invite you to make this heart center as soft as possible. You can call to mind the softest blanket you've ever known and overlay that texture on this part of the body. As you let go of tension, I invite you to let go of pretension, caring less and less about what you look like during this meditation. You can let the mask of the face begin to relax. The jaw relaxes, the tongue relaxes in the mouth. It matters more what you feel like and what you perceive through your focus. A few more deep breaths in the heart. Beautiful, nice and soft. And with one more deep breath, let us shift our awareness now to where we make contact with the ground below, sensing into sit bones and shin bones and ankles. You explore the subtle sensation of the ground pushing up at you, holding you in place. Following that normal pace of breath, you give your body permission to release tension downward, letting the ground hold you for a moment or two. It is here that I invite you to utilize your visualization and your imagination, even if you haven't used yours in a while. I beg you, please picture and visualize a beautiful red or violet light beginning to move from the ground and into your toes. Seeing it clearly and moving with whatever your imagination gives to you first, both colors will work. See that energy moving through your toes and through the arches of your feet, and breathe it into your ankles where the energy begins to swirl and circulate as we grab any tension that may be living in the joint. With your thoughts, you can call forth the tension, thinking to yourself, I am collecting the tension in my ankles. And with your awareness, you can move that awareness, that focus through the ankle, scraping the sides. You seek out the stress and you gather it, holding it in the hands of your awareness. There's some. Let it build. And on your next exhale, you let that tension drop from your focus. Watching and feeling it move through the feet and into the ground where it is recycled, composted. We let it go. And in your imagination, you watch as that color rises through your open and relaxed ankles. You see it move through your shins and through your calves, and you invite it into your knees and beneath your kneecaps. Once more, you spread yourself here, collecting the tension in the physical body, scraping the sides with your focus. And here I also invite you to call to mind anything that has been causing you to frown recently. The sadness, the grief. We let it flit across our awareness for but a moment, gathering it in our hands. Gathering and regathering, keeping the spine long, refusing to be bent over by the weight of our grief. Well done. And with your next exhale, you let this drop as well. Giving yourself permission to set down these burdens here and now, watch and feel as it all drops through the legs and into the earth. Beautiful. Finally, you bring that color, you see that color moving through the knees, through the thighs. You let that energy massage the muscles that move us around. And you invite it into your hips and into your pelvis. And for the last time, you gather the tension in this body part, seeking out the static and gathering the things that have been frustrating to you, the things that have caused you to scowl and grimace. You find those moments and that feeling in the body and you gather it one more time. Letting it grow. We let it reach its peak more. And as it reaches a crescendo, you let it all drop. Letting all the tension go, all the emotion go. Letting everything rush out of the legs and into the ground. You hold on to nothing. You let it all drop now. Stepping back into focus, stepping back into your peace of mind. I want you to envision that color rising through your soft belly, through the sternum, and inviting it into your soft heart. Watch as that color paints the center of your chest, red or violet, and take a deep breath in, ensuring that the heart center is as soft as when we left it. If you encounter more tension here, you let it drop to the earth. A few more breaths here to gather our focus at our heart. Deep breath. Slowing down. And using external sounds as a diving board to move deeper within our meditation. Well done. It is here and now that I invite you to take a step deeper within yourself. You can use your imagination to assist you by picturing a door over the sternum to step into, a deep well to peer into, maybe falling, or simply imagining yourself in a large, well-lit room in the center of your chest. However you travel, you withdraw your external senses to extend your internal senses, investigating the sensations, the textures, the colors that exist for you within your chest. Moving now. Focusing and refocusing. Your brain and body will collaborate to bring you back outside yourself. You stay stubborn for the next 5 minutes, pushing back in every time you lose focus. What color is that? What does it feel like? You move from sensation to sensation, exploring. Moving deeper, falling into yourself. Beautiful. Gathering and regathering your focus, I invite you to look within yourself. Do you see any light, any brilliance, any golden quality within yourself? If you do, beautiful, you move towards it, you breathe into it. If you don't, no problem, you imagine it yourself, lighting a candle, a chalice, picturing a golden flower within yourself, however you move is all right. You find that speck of gold at the center point of your beingness. You move nearer towards it and you breathe into it, letting your breath and focus enkindle that ember, letting it burn brighter and brighter. As you approach this little speck of golden light, I urge you to think to yourself, I give my heart permission to open. You'd be surprised what works with our permission. As it opens, as you give yourself permission to experience its opening, allow yourself to be comfortable in the experience and in the sensation. This, my friends, is your home, this energetic space within yourself. And so, with your imagination, I invite you to get comfortable. Picture yourself lying down in this golden mist. Go ahead, imagine yourself a couch to recline on. This is your home. Make it home. You breathe deeply and you relax in this sensation of belonging. Moving deeper. Bringing your focus back to this home every time it moves. Make it real, and it will be so. Well done. As we begin to transition back to our external senses, I invite you to do one more thing to bring this feeling of belonging with you. So take this golden quality in your imagination and allow every cell and atom in your body to drink it in. With a big breath, you let every part of your body become suffused with that golden energy. There it is. Allow yourself to be a light for a moment more. And perhaps one more deep breath together. And with that, I invite you to bring your awareness back to your physical body and where it makes contact with the ground below. You feel your ankles, your sit bones once again. You allow your body to take those small movements that bring it back to itself. And when you're ready, you open your eyes. And welcome back. And for those of us who are slow to come back, I invite you to picture your favorite dessert or candy. It gets you back into your physical body like that. So my friends, we always want to, as we come back from a meditation, compare that before picture to the after picture. So think about how you felt before the meditation and how you feel now. I, for one, feel a little bit happier. I think the heart can be a very playful space as well as a comfortable one. I hope that you feel centered, relaxed, and calm. Now, with every meditation that you do with me, and probably other practitioners too. I encourage you to type in the chat if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything at all. If something was frustrating to you, beautiful, if something just didn't make sense, please let me know in the chat. And as always, if I said something in this meditation that resonated with you, beautiful. It was for you. Live your life with it. I'm so happy. And if something I said didn't really make sense, it didn't hit home, throw it away. I don't take it personally. I have a message in the chat. Thank you so much. It lights me up. I love joining because of your energy. It's contagious. Well, I am flattered. I receive your thanks and pass it on. And I appreciate that. I'm working at a summer camp right now. I'm working with 6-year-olds a lot. So this energy is perhaps a little bit frazzled, but I'm having fun. I have another question. How do I invite belonging when I'm afraid of rejection? This is such a beautiful question. It deserves my focus, so let me tap in and give you an answer that is worthy of it. How do I invite belonging when I'm afraid of rejection? What comes to mind seems a little bit snide, so I'll say that because it's what's primary to me, and then I'll see if there's anything behind it. But what's coming to me is, do not fear rejection, as if it were that simple. But I think what I mean to say is that if a door closes in your face, do not be offended for that. What did they say? Another door opens. So if I see some people that I want to be friends with and they turn out to be unkind, I don't want to be with them anyway. And perhaps that rejection is going to put me on the right path to be with the people that I actually do want to be with. Something that I've said before in other meditations is that a no is a yes in another direction. So how do you find belonging if you fear rejection? Don't fear rejection. Don't fear rejection is the snide response. And perhaps something beyond that is to cultivate this sense of belonging within yourself. I believe that that sensation of fear of rejection will lessen the more and more that you can hold dear this feeling that we have cultivated in these 20 minutes. If you know that you belong unto yourself, belong unto the earth, belong unto the cosmos or whatever, that which is greater that you hold sacred, then that fear is going to not be as powerful. Remember, if you are inspired, if you are feeling that sense of love, it's really hard to be in a state of fear. I hope my answer answered your question, and thank you again. Another question is, how can I use my imagination more to help deepen my practice? I speak this as a youth worker to you and a former child. Have fun. I came out of that meditation in such a good mood, not only because I felt all of you with me and I was like, oh, sweet, we're all in the heart space. This is where we're all hanging out. This is great. But it's because I was able to have fun there myself. I was picturing a beautiful couch. I brought my meditation cushion with me. I was kicking up. My feet were up in the heart center. I was giving the detail to the envision. I was giving some detail to the vision. That allowed me to give it a sense of reality. That allowed my mind and body to get onto the same track. And it allowed me to enjoy myself. Some meditation can be somber, and it's supposed to be. This meditation can be fun. So I believe, how can you let that imagination deepen the meditation? Give it detail and make it fun. Look around in that imaginary space, and wherever your focus moves through, make sure that it's looking at something. Is there a lamp over there? What's on the walls of the heart space? Go ahead and fill in the blanks. I thank you those who wrote questions, for those who didn't, those who've been listening. I thank you all for being here. And thank you for sharing this time together. I urge you to please continue to explore the meditation with Round Glass, checking out the daily live meditations at round.glass. Once again, that's round.glass, or on our app. And until next time, stay blessed. And remember, we all belong right here, folks. Peace.